All right, cool. That hits. Oh, 15 points of piercing. What was the roll to hit?
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay.
I guess I didn't say that loud enough or something.
Yep, that does hit. And you did the 15 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn? Are you moving any more? You have 3 more squares of movement and that's it. Because you used your bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
I like this spot for the time being.
Okay. We are now, since Calvio cast Grease, that was his surprise round, we are to Flint.
I'm going to move
Okay.
and cast Shatter.
Cast Shatter. Where are you casting it?
The captain, the guy that's on fire.
All right, that's a 10-foot radius, right? 10-foot square? Or is it 5? 10-foot radius sphere. Okay, so it hits all 3 of those guys right there, so they're going to need to make Constitution saving throws. Let's do the Tonarooks first. What's your spell save DC?
15.
15. Okay, that one's a succeed. That one's a succeed. And now we go over to this guy. They all succeed. So it's 8. They each take 8 points of thunder damage.
Oh.
Okay. Are you going to do anything else?
I'm going to move back just a little bit.
Okay. And then we are now to, I believe, Siga. Unless you're going to do anything else on your turn, Mike. You're just moving?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. We are now to Siga.
I'm gonna cast Entangle.
All right.
Sorry, I've got to move my map over just a little bit.
No worries.
Okay. It's a 20-foot square.
Oh, where are you centering it on?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll center it on these guys.
Okay.
So I guess that square. Yeah, that'll work.
On the center guys?
Like,
So,
center it here. It'll
doesn't...
encompass all of them.
Yeah, but doesn't... Since there's fire...
I was reading on that. I don't... It doesn't say, but they are plants, so that was my, like...
Okay.
Would they burn? Because it's on fire and it's
I
burning,
mean...
or...
It's magical plants?
I guess it's up to you? Because I can put it elsewhere if you say that they would burn.
Okay. For now, I'll look into that. Right now, it's okay.
Okay, cool. So then, yeah, for now, then it'll be right there in the middle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let me draw a little thing here. So 20-foot radius square.
Yes.
So that's
20.
20. So starting there. Oh god.
Pretty
That's
big.
huge. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would be that much, right? Or is it a little bit bigger than that?
Let's see.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's about there.
It's 20-foot square.
Okay.
You're
So
still
this,
muted,
is it?
David.
I think
Asking.
I think that's 4
is
by
it 20
4.
square feet or 20 feet? Those are very different sizes.
Yeah.
It says in a 20-foot square.
Okay. So then I need to get rid of that.
Not trying to make this
No, that's okay. I
4 squares.
4 by
Okay.
4.
just 4x4. It's not
No,
like
it's a 2 by 2 because it's 5, 10, 15, 20. If it's square feet, that's
Okay.
what it is. But if one side is 20, then you're correct. Then it's a 4
I
by
think it's one side is 20. I was
Then it's a 4
counting
by 4
from
square.
like the centered on that guy. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wouldn't it be 5? 5, 5, 5,
That's
5?
25.
5-foot square,
Oh,
so
that's
5, 10,
25.
15,
I
20.
can't do math.
Yeah.
I meant five.
So
So it's just a 4 by 4 square.
right here,
Works.
is
As
that
long
about
as everyone right there is encompassed.
okay? So those three guys are encompassed. In the future, you can draw those things as well.
Then I will do
Also,
that for you next time.
that's totally fine.
Okay.
So do they have to make any sort of saves right now, or
Strength? Yeah, they gotta succeed on a strength saving throw.
okay?
Which
So
is
14.
Does
Okay.
the one that slipped automatically fail?
I don't think he automatically fails. He'll have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Okay. What was the save?
14.
14. Okay. So that guy makes a save. They make their. He makes his save. He makes his save. They all make their save.
Lovely. Okay. Well, it's at least difficult terrain around them now, so
Okay.
at least take some extra movement even if they're free.
Yeah.
Then that's it for me for now.
Okay. Cool. It's surprise round. They don't do anything. Clobar lit it on fire. We are now to Kakira. What are you doing?
If I were to drop something, would that count as an attack or spell? Because I am still invisible.
What are you dropping?
A
What do you-
torch.
A torch? The
Yeah.
torch would become
Like a
visible,
lit torch.
but it's not an attack or spell.
Okay.
But as soon as you drop it, the torch would be visible.
Right. Could I essentially fly over the tent, drop a torch, and then keep moving?
Yeah. Sure. What's
Okay.
what's your fly speed?
50.
50? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's
35
plenty.
to there, and then 15.
Yeah.
So I'd end up over here. How do I grab my carrot? Okay, like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna fly over here, and I'm gonna drop a torch, like
Right
there
as
on the
you're
way over.
right there on the center. Okay.
Yeah.
So put a little torch thingy right in there. So there's a little fire happening, and then all right. Cool.
And can I use my, or does that count as an action? Would I be able to fly another 50 feet?
I would say
My
that's
bonus action to do?
if you had the torch out already, then it would be a bonus action. So
Okay. No,
did you
I
have it?
probably would have pulled it out.
So yeah, I
Pull it
would
out, light
say
it,
to
drop
pull it out, light it, and drop it. That would be action and bonus action.
Okay.
So and then the movement and no more movement. So that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Boss is surprise round. We are now to Fang.
I had to take a bite right at that moment, didn't I? Things not gonna do much this round. He's just gonna kind of run over and come next to me.
Okay, cool. And then they are all surprised. Cool. Now we are now to the top of the round with Marsica, and as a free action, this guy right here that has fallen prone, he yells out and says, They have infiltrated our camp. Find the source of their artillery. We will deal with them in here.
Alright. Marsica's gonna shoot at the same dude that she had shot at before.
Okay.
That is a 24.
Yep, that hits.
Haha. Right, I need a... Where the heck did I put my D8? I just had it. There it is. And my D6. Why did I put them back over there? That was silly. Okay. And a 5. Plus.
Calvio's on deck.
Is 17 points of damage for that
Nice.
first hit.
Okay.
And let me do the second hit. That is a 26.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Bop and bop. Yeah, oh, okay, that's not too bad. 15 points of piercing damage for that.
What? Okay. Yeah, that guy's looking pretty hurt.
Okay,
Calvio, you're up. Unless Marsica wants to move.
no, I'm good. I'm happy right here. I like
Okay.
this spot.
Calvio.
As a bonus action, I'm blade singing,
Okay.
and then I'm casting blur.
All right.
So I'm all buffed up and prepped, and then I'm gonna move. Does the tent look like it's like really catching fire?
The tent is looking like it's starting to catch fire. It's spreading. This beginning part right here is starting to catch the rest of it, and where Kikira dropped that torch, it is also starting to spread from that point.
Okay. I'm gonna move. No, that's not my character. That's Clobar. I'm gonna move 10, 15, 20, 25 to right here, just so we're not all clumped up, and that's my turn.
All right. Cool. Flint, you're up. Siga's on deck.
Are the orcs considered humanoid?
They are considered humanoids.
Okay, I'm gonna move over to the left side of the group.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. It's not letting me ping, but the guy right up there ahead of us.
This guy?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay, so you pick the one that make me an intelligence check before you do that. A free intelligence check. Okay, so the one on the left. That guy doesn't seem to be a humanoid. He's got some demon blood in him.
Fucking course.
Yeah.
Then instead of moving, I've already moved.
You could, if you would have known that with that, so you can do that. Isn't that the plot of Seven? I haven't seen Seven Deadly Sins, so I don't know.
Yes, you are correct, sir. It is the plot.
And
So-
cast it on one of these guys in the tower.
You can cast one of the ones that are falling. Is that what you're asking? The ones that are in the entangle?
No, the dudes on the tower behind the.
Oh, on the tower. I see. What's the range on what you're trying to do, old person? 60 feet? Yeah, you're definitely within range of that.
Cool.
So, which one are you casting it on? Spell
The
save
one on the
DC.
left.
Okay. One on the left. Okay. DC 15. It's a Constitution's Wisdom saving throw. They're not very wise. Yeah, he fails.
Cool beans.
So, this guy is held.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna move 10 feet back, and then my
Okay.
turn there.
All right. Make sure. Anything else on your turn? You said ending your turn?
Yep.
Okay. So, Siga, you're up. Are you talking?
Sorry, I had to get back to the mute.
That's okay.
Unmute myself.
No worries.
Okay. So, I have a question. If Siga looks around in the sky, does Siga see anything?
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
That would be your action to perceive that if you want to. Trying to look up.
I'm just worried about bats.
I forgot
secret
about that.
Oh.
I feel like I forgot about them.
I'm invisible.
I forgot about Pats. Maybe you can look for them. Okay. In that case, okay, I don't want to totally use that as my action yet. I'm I had one of them marked off, but I don't think no, I did do it. Maybe I don't remember. I'm gonna use my 3rd level spell slot to do conjure animals.
Okay.
And pull up the 2 giant hyenas that I was going to use before, but we're gonna use them now.
Oh, nice. All right. So let me see if I can pull those out onto the battlefield. Giant hyena. Where are you putting them? Can you ping it for me?
I wanted to see if I could tell them to do anything this turn, or is my turn just going to be summoning them and then
that's an action.
Okay.
Right.
I get to roll initiative for them once they're summoned. They have their own turns.
Okay. Go ahead and do that for me.
To figure out. God, they're so big.
they're large creatures. Roll initiative for him. Just roll for one, and we'll have them both. Okay. Yeah.
20.
20.
Okay. That's where my 20 is.
So and on the next turn it'll go after Calvio then. So is that where you want them to be, or do you want them to be in other places?
How far? I could put them up to 60 feet. Okay. I thought they were just right in front of me. Let's not put them right in front of me. Oh, I can't move them. Okay.
Yeah, just if you could ping. Hold on, let me see. I might actually be able to give you control. GM notes? Nope. Don't know how to do that right now. I'll figure that out later. Because you're probably going to do this again. And so.
I think I'm going to put one of them, and they can't attack quite yet. So,
I'm excited.
Let's get one of them, like, here.
Okay.
Or, like, in this set of 4 squares.
Right
so
there.
He's close to that guy.
Okay.
And then let's put the other one. I don't want to get him too close to this. And then let's put the other one, like, between these 4 squares.
Okay.
Did you catch that one?
Right here?
Yeah. Does that work?
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that works well.
Cool.
Cool, cool,
Awesome.
cool. All right. Sweet. And then that was your action, right? So, since Conjure Animals has concentration, Entangle is no longer up. Is that correct?
It disappeared. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You're correct.
Cool. So, are you going to move at all? Or are you staying right there?
I'll get out here. I'll kind of stand behind Fang.
Okay.
So I can see everything a little bit better.
Sounds good. We are now...
That's it.
Okay. We are now to the minions outside of the command group. So, first, this Tanaruk here is going to take a swing at your giant hyena. Oh, man. Get this stat block.
20, I shouldn't put him that close.
What's the armor class on your hyena?
12.
12. Okay, that will hit.
Yeah, I shouldn't have put him that close, but that's okay.
That's, yeah. And then your hyena is going to take 14 points of damage. Up there.
Their hit point.
And then it's going to strike it again. And it's going to reach out and try and bite it. Armor class you said is a 12.
Yeah.
That just hits. That's going to be 12 points of piercing damage as it sinks in.
Again?
Yeah.
Dang.
He rolled pretty good on his attack rolls. He's going to then roar, and these creatures are going to move in. This guy's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, right there. And then they both are going to make attacks on it. And then each get one attack. One will hit, one will miss. Great Axe is D12. I have so many dice and I can't find a D12. There it is. That's going to be 8 points of slashing damage from one of those guys on your big hyena here. The hyena's
So out of
looking pretty hurt.
curiosity-
What's up?
Sorry, yeah, he definitely is. So because I rolled the 20 for the hyenas, but we've already passed 20, we just have to wait for it to go back around?
Yep.
Okay.
That's
I
how
just
that
wanna make
works.
sure.
So then these guys are going to move up here. 3, 4, 5, 6. These guys are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonus action. Bonus action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. And this Tanaruk is going to use its whole turn to get all the way over to that hyena, but it can't attack.
Thank
This
God.
one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With his bonus action, that Tanaruk can attack, however, up to the top right. And it's the two orcs are going to strike it first. Wow, those both will miss. Then the Tanaruk is going to strike it. Yeah, that's going to miss the first attack. Second attack will hit with a bite. And it's going to deal 12 points of damage on that guy. The ogre.
Together.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they see two big hyenas just pop up. And they're like, oh, we got to get rid of this.
But now they're all grouped together.
They are.
Good for fire. Cough, cough.
Fireball.
do, 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 do.
I think y'all are drastically overestimating how much I'm saving this fireball for when things go really bad.
Fair enough.
That's totally fine.
So this
Fine
ogre
if anybody has fire.
is going to come up here as well and strike the giant hyena.
Oh, wow,
He's
hi,
gonna
we're the same
take
size.
he's gonna take this big club and bring it down, and proceed to miss. The hyena jolts out of the way. This guy is going to get up to here, but he can't do anything. And that is all of that guy's held. Spell save DC. He fails it. This guy sees this, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uses bonus action to come up. This orc down at the bottom that just moved up next to Flint is going to strike him with his great sword. Or great axe, rather. That will hit. And Flint, you are going to take... 16 points of slashing damage as he brings his great axe down into you.
God. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he rolled max damage on that.
I think I ate that special stew.
Yeah. We are now to Clobar, since this guy is asleep. And you guys hear, you can't, from the gate that's slightly open, you notice that these massive orcs up to the north are starting to move and dissipate and search out the surrounding area. They're trying to find out where that firework came from because they think it's artillery, and there's no way you guys brought artillery into that. So they're fanning out to search.
Oh, we gotta do this fast and get the fuck out.
Now,
Alright.
Clobar, it is your
Clobar.
turn.
Clobar is going to move over here.
Okay.
And he is going to break concentration on Kakira's invisibility to cast suggestion on the boss.
Ooh.
And he's going to wave his hand and say, "You are going to call off your men and leave here with us."
Okay.
Fuck.
Can you
He
can
has
you
to make a wisdom saving throw.
Can you link the suggestion in the chat? Make sure I
Like the text of the spell?
Yeah, the text of the spell so I can read it real fast.
I can try. My character's in
Oh, okay. I can.
Wait. I think I can.
Oh, nice. Woo! You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two and magically influence a creature you can do with range immune to the effects. The suggestion must be worded in such a manner to make a course of action sound reasonable, asking the creature to stab itself, throw it, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Yeah? Okay. What's the spell save DC?
15.
15.
Jesus.
Wisdom?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, wisdom.
All right. You say you hear him just yell out and say, hold a moment. And then that's all he's able to get out at the moment. You get the sense that the spell went through. So, we'll wait till his turn to see if he for him to say the rest of the deal. Oh no, I just spilled my dice. So, is there anything else you would like to do, Clobar?
Nope, that's it for Clobar.
Okay. Kakira. So you are now visible.
I am visible. Can I fly and knock this guy off the tower?
You can sure try. So you can fly over there and make a shove attack, and so
Okay.
yeah.
Do I
so
get bonus for having like flight momentum going into it?
Sure, I'll give you a +2 bonus for it.
He's held, isn't he?
He is held, so he has
He's
disadvantage.
paralyzed.
So
Okay.
DC is low. Yeah. So
Okay.
make your actually your attack roll with advantage, And with the +2.
Okay.
Because he is held.
Okay, so I rolled a 17.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty. That's plenty fine.
Okay.
So with your strength, you watch as you basically push him with a momentum. You push him clear off the side of the cliff here. And you watch as he's held. He hits a rock and bites the dust.
Excellent.
So, yeah.
From this vantage, well, can I do anything else, or is that?
That would be your action and however much movement you used. So you still have a bonus action. And I think 20 feet of movement.
Okay. Can I use the bonus action to look around?
It won't give you as much information. So, but yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay. Do I need to roll for it, or?
Yeah, make me a perception check.
With advantage,
because the goggles. Yep.
Okay. 18.
18. Looking around, you see that there are in fact where before you saw 4 bats, now there are 3, but they're way off in the distance and they seem to be coming this direction, but they won't get here for some time.
Okay.
So, if that's what you're looking for.
Yep, that was it.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. We are now to the boss of the camp. He uses his turn to stand up. He moves. Since he is currently in fire, does that end the suggestion effect? Is that
No,
if he takes damage?
Yeah, it's one of the few spells that isn't affected by damage.
It says if you or any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends. But I would say since that was an environmental effect that was still happening, I'll allow it to go through still.
Cool.
So he moves, gets out of the fire, and stands up, and he kind of stretches, and you see that this orc, even though you faced one that looks similar to this, he is a little bit more roided out, per se. He's a lot buffer. He shakes his head and says, Chief Kuruk wants them alive anyways. Stand down. We will have parley. So let's see. All the normal orcs will pay attention to them. Let's see what the Tonaruks do. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, this one, if you guys are okay going into a narrative moment here, the only one that still attacks is this one here. Let's go ahead and move this over.
Well, he's almost dead, right? Can I finish him off?
You get the sense that it's kind of a tenuous situation. The orcs are really, go ahead and make me an insight check.
Whoa.
So, as the tent rages on fire now, the boss moves his way closer to you. These Tonaruks move out. And then you watch as 4 individuals make their way out of the tent and run as trying to escape the fire. And then they
17.
make it here. 17? Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that this is a bit of a tense situation. And you watch as another figure that seems to be of importance, this guy walks out and is especially confused as to why he is given this order. So any sort of attack might provoke the a further attack, further battle. So, but this Tanaruk doesn't get the memo, and he's gonna make 2 more strikes on. Oh God, 2 more strikes on the hyena. It's their nature. It takes him a second. So this is, if you want to stop him from doing this, we stay in initiative order, right? If you guys want to do that, or this is,
need to let this go.
Yeah, you better not fuck this up.
this is
Put it
that
all on the line.
this is basically the Tanaruks. They kind of go back and forth. As a Marsica would know with that insight, that it takes them a minute to stop their bloodlust, to stop their fighting. Right.
Okay.
Whereas the other orcs will fall in line, these ones necessarily won't. So this is the only one that didn't fall into line was the one attacking the hyena up there, and it does an additional 12 points of damage before.
Okay.
So that one, you watch as that hyena it's kind of, it's a weird scene where he brings the sword down, watches it like poof out of existence, and is like breathing, and
unless I did my math wrong, he should still be alive.
Oh, I was Oh, I had 11 left.
Oh,
but we can do that. Yeah, we'll say he's alive by 1 hit point. So he's that hyena is looking hurt. Everybody has stopped. The orc boss is making his way over to you. What are you guys doing?
Well, I told him to leave with us. So
Told you to leave with you? Okay.
Yeah, that was part of the instruction.
Okay. So is everybody
He's like,
What's happening? Yeah.
Leaving then?
The orc boss takes another step forward, and the rest of the camp, you watch as this guy calls out, and he says to them, oh, I have his name up here. Let me see. He says to them, to the boss following you, Warmonger Trecklin, are you sure about this? And he calls back, yes, Morrigan. Let me go.
To the one that spoke before, Klobar turns to him and says, I am Klobar, son of Vorkath, the Steel Strider. You have seen our artillery. There are more waiting if you wish to continue this battle. However, I am here to speak with the Warmonger on behalf of my people.
He kind of like takes his hand and rests it on his like sticks his spear in the ground and just and they're all sitting tensely watching, not sure how to respond as the Warmonger. Go ahead and make me a deception check, by the way, saying the Steel Strider thing.
Alright, I'm going to use my inspiration to give myself advantage, because I'm really bad at charisma. And thank goodness for that. Okay, that's a 16.
Okay. He, the fellow that is close to you, this Warmonger Trecklin, seems to believe you implicitly. This fellow back here gives you a squint, but doesn't say anything. Doesn't make a move to stop you.
Marsica wants to squint. Does she see him squint?
Sure.
She's gonna squint back. She's just like.
So, tensely, you all walk out of the fort. And the warmonger says, as you're walking, "You wish to speak."
At this point, how far out of the camp are we?
He will follow you. You can prolong the conversation for as far as you feel comfortable.
Okay, Klobar responds, "We will travel to neutral ground, and then we will talk."
Okay. So let's, since you have definitely figured out the situation with this, at least for the moment, we will move scenes here. You can someone okay. So you walk for a tense 5 minutes. You get into the forest, and this is a little intense. So he says again to you, "You wanted to speak."
You don't have to, Patrick, but it is a little kind of meta.
Kinda.
I mean, I feel like Kakira would be smart enough to know that.
Yeah, no, that was my thought process, is that someone would want to be able to discreetly ask what the hell Klobar is doing.
All right.
What the
I mean,
fuck?
you guys can't ask that. You have a minute walking through the forest with this warmonger.
I guess I'll. Does it need to be sitting?
Yes, because otherwise he'll hear it.
If you have message, you can. It's a silent whisper, so nobody can hear it, even though they can see your lips moving. So only if somebody can read the lips, then they can.
I have
So,
sending. That's it.
Okay.
I have message.
So, message would be the more optimal spell if that's what you guys are looking for. But
I will use message on Klobar and ask what his end game is.
Klobar says silently, "When I give the signal, jump him and tie him up."
Jesus.
I can use message on every other member in the group, and I'm just like, Klobar's gonna jump this guy. Get ready.
Marsica's just like, God damn it, what the hell?
I am then going to do a perception check to see if any of the orcs from the camp have followed us.
make me a perception check.
Woo!
What is it? 19? You see, as a little bit into the forest, there is one bat that has flied up. It's relatively close. And then, actually, rather stealthily, but you beat them by 1 on the DC, there are 4 of those almost gray-skinned looking orcs that have kind of followed you in here.
I'm going to relay this with message to the group again, individually, and say that we have 4 of those gray-skinned orcs and a bat following us.
So can Marsica ask through message, or is it really just like a one-way street?
You can reply.
Okay. So she wants to ask. So should I Should I stop and yell at them to turn back, or else this parlay is over?
Let me ask Clobar. What do you recommend in this situation?
Wouldn't the spell suggestion, like calling off his men, wouldn't that fall under that?
Yeah.
Like, because they clearly haven't been called off.
So he gave that order, but there may have been somebody else who is almost high of a rank that was told to tail them. Don't.
Clovar says as they're walking, we are being followed. You are to call your men off.
I will do what I can. And
I like slap my belly. I'm like, what, you worried I'm gonna sit on you, big guy?
He just kind of like looks you up and down and says, if not for this persuasive fellow here, I would eat you for breakfast. And he walks back and says, and he says, Morrigan has likely told you to follow suit. Do not. I know what I'm doing. And he turns back and he says to you, Clobar, if any of the Red Fangs follow, they do not take orders from me.
Clobar says, noted.
So, you do, Flint, you would see that the 4 gray-skinned orcs kind of like look to each other for a moment, not sure exactly what to do. Eventually, they break off and head back towards the fort, though. With your 19 perception, you do still see the Bat Rider tailing and circling you above.
Then I relay that, just saying that there's only the Bat Rider left that I can see.
Clover says, very well. So they're going to travel just a little bit farther, far enough that it would take the bat a few minutes to get back to the camp.
Okay.
And Clobar is going to say, here is good. We will talk.
All right. And he turns around and says to you, now, we come to an accord. You speak with me. What do you want? My war chief wants you.
Clobar says, I seek honor. I see no honor in slaughtering the innocent.
Honor is for those enslaved by ideals. We have goals.
What kind of goal?
Make me a persuasion check. Would you have advantage with suggestion? Because he doesn't necessarily tell you these things implicitly, right?
I don't think I'd have advantage. Yeah, it doesn't specify, so I would assume no.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Okay.
See how much he tells you.
That is a 17.
17. And he says, Chief Kuruk had told me to take the ruins. There is something we need there. But
Klobar says, now that you have moved forward into Andorra, it is no longer something the humans can ignore. What will you do against a combined army of the humans and the hobgoblins?
he kind of puffs his chest out a little bit, stands a little bit taller, and says, I doubt the humans and hobgoblins will be able to get past their infighting.
He says, as I have told you, I am the new Steel Strider. I have spoken with the King Regent of Andorra.
And what did he say, oh Steel Strider?
Perhaps now is the time that instead of us being driven from our homes, that you have become the new scapegoat, and your people will lose their land.
We have returned to claim what is ours.
Klobar is going to look over towards Flint, kind of knowingly.
No.
I'm guessing this is the signal.
He doesn't want to wink, but he's like, he kind of just looks at Flint and kind of.
I guess I will pull my sword since I'm behind him and kind of just look at everyone that is also behind him and just.
And as you pull your sword, he says, I have called off my men. You call off yours.
Klobar's gonna shove him.
All right. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. We'll just do theater of the mind for this.
Oh, that's so bad.
Team.
Siga, how long does your
That's what I was gonna ask about what happened to my hyenas.
what's the duration on that?
Up to an hour.
I would say that you guys, it's still with you then at that point. Like, it's still just been hanging out.
Both of them?
Yeah, both of them. They kind of like trotted out with you guys.
So then I'll roll initiative for them too, I guess.
Yep, so go ahead. So Marska got a 24. Yep. Fang got a 6.
Oh, wait. I didn't. Hold on. Mine's wrong.
Calvio's a 9. Flint
Mine-
is...
Mine's a 19. Sorry, I fucked
Oh,
it up.
Siga's a 19. Flint is
10.
10. Giant Hyena 5.
They did so well on their 20 last time that they didn't get to use.
Low bar is 14. So, where are we at here? Low bar was 14. Boss is 15. And then, that guy, what is he gonna do?
So we talked before. Are
Okay.
we intending to take him alive?
That was Klobar's intention. That was what he said in the message.
Okay.
All right.
Just Just double checking.
All right. So we have now entered combat, and the first one on their feet. So we'll say Klobar got a free shove, and he has gone into. You shoved him into Flint?
No, I shoved him to the ground.
Oh, shoved him to the ground. Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay. It's not something I'm good at.
Why is Flint not showing up? Okay, that's fine. Strength 8. Context rule. Yeah, you push him back, but he stands his ground. And after that, Marsica, it is your turn now.
Can Klobar yell to something to the group before?
Sure.
Klobar yells, "Don't kill him. We need him alive."
Yeah, I know.
Well, he's still hurt from the last fight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still hurt.
Okay, can I threaten him to stand down?
I'm gonna put this guy out so that I can see his health. You can try and make me an intimidation check and see what he does. That's totally up to you.
This character. These are things that are not. This character's good at shooting things, and that's kind of her thing.
This guy, even after the bit of damage you guys did,
Might try clicking the cast button to see if it actually changes.
Yeah.
When your turn, yeah.
Even though you guys did a bit of damage to him, he still looks really fucking healthy.
Okay. This is what Marsica's gonna do. She's going to pull her bow and threaten him, pointing the arrow at his head, ready to shoot him, and tell him to obey what we tell him to do. I guess. Obey our commands. We'll just see how this goes. All right.
Go ahead and make me an intimidation check. Siga, what was the second hyena's health? Do you remember?
Yeah, I've got it written down. Should be a 33.
33?
So a 1 and a 33.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's an 11.
It's an 11. He basically just laughs in your direction.
Okay. So, since she's aiming at him, if he tries anything to attack in any way, can she be ready to fire?
Sure.
Okay.
That's okay.
So she's ready to shoot him if he does something like that.
Okay. You see, as Flint sees the red fang, kind of the wings come in, and it flaps, and you see that it is trying to make its way back towards camp.
How far away is it?
It was around where you guys are. You gauge that it would, while flying, since Klobar is rather intelligent, you think it would take while flying about a minute to get back, to a minute to 2 minutes to get back. So that's 20 rounds of combat, and then they're all walking. So they would take a longer time to get to where you guys are. Right? Is that about what Klobar would do?
Klobar's plan.
Yep. So it would take them. So it'd take about 20 turns for that guy to get over there, and then however many of them come back, it'll take quite a bit of a long time actually. So, that's turn. So we are to Siga.
So does Siga see the red fang at this point?
What's your passive perception?
Something stupid. Sorry, Give me a second.
That's okay.
My split screen makes it 18.
18. Oh yeah, you would see it. You
Okay.
The 18 was its stealth, basically.
Then okay.
You'd see it
So
making
then
its way.
Siga is going to cast. Freaking get back to it. It's gonna cast Earthbind.
Okay. What's the range on Earthbind?
300 feet.
Okay. It's nearing the end of the range, but yeah.
But
So,
I can do it.
but you can do it.
Okay.
So what does Earthbind do?
So I guess I could attempt to show it to you. Maybe. I don't want to.
What kind of check does he need to
I'm
make?
just gonna cast it. Oh, there it goes.
Earthbind, second level transmutation.
Come back. Okay. It's a strength check.
Oh.
He's a 14.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're casting that on the bat, since it is the thing that's flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the guy on the bat.
Oh, that's gonna fail. You watch as this yellow ring wraps around the bat and kind of like ties it like this golden rope as it begins to plummet. Then I'm assuming that's your action. Are you doing anything on your bonus action?
I'll just oh no, I can't tell them anything. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
All right. It is now the orc guy's turn, and he's going to like shake himself off and come up to Clobar and says, "Now here I thought we were having a civil discussion." And is going to make his first attack with the longsword.
Does this make Marsica shoot him?
Yep. Go for it.
Yeah! Okie dokie.
Make your attack roll.
22?
22 just does hit. Yep.
Okay, I was like, if it's above a 20, I'm gonna be like real surprised here. Okay. And that is 3 points of piercing damage, but because it's an attack, I could do it twice, right?
I don't know if the held action does that, but yes, for now. I have to look into that.
Okay, all I know is that it's anytime I make an attack action.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, that was a crit!
Nice!
Yeah! Double die.
Woo!
Double. Okay, and that one is 10 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Okay. So, you watch as he brings his greatsword down, or not his greatsword, his longsword down with both hands, onto Clobar. Clobar, what is your armor class?
Not good. 11.
11. That will hit. And he is going to deal 12 points of damage as his longsword slashes across.
Thanks for that soup.
And then he's going to use his bonus action to pull out a javelin on his back and throw it at Marsica. For a second attack.
I was dumb and I didn't add the 5 to both of those rolls.
Oh, so it'd be an extra 10?
Yeah, an extra 10 in total.
Okay.
Because I didn't.
Marsica, what's your armor class?
Her armor class is 16.
16. He just hits. You rolled an 11 plus 5. And he's going to deal 9 points of damage as a javelin shoots out and hits you in the side. That will be his turn. We are now to Clobar.
Question. Would
Answer.
the walk to where they are have been enough time for Clobar to use his arcane recovery?
No.
Okay.
Sadly. Yeah.
In that case, Clobar is going to let me think.
Don't think too hard now.
I was going to try and tie him up. What kind of roll would that be?
So you would need, basically, I think you would need to grapple him first, and then it would be a dexterity check to see how well you bring the rope. And he would be fighting the whole time, so these would be contested checks, right?
What if he is indifferent towards us?
What do you mean if he's indifferent towards you?
I'm assuming not fighting. So I'm thinking about casting calm emotions, and one of the effects I can do is make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards. This indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
So he would fight you still, just because they're indifferent towards you. It stops him from like attacking you outright, but they still don't want to be tied up.
Okay.
Does Orc look to be a demon hybrid?
This one isn't. He just looks to be a little bit taller and a little bit beefier than the previous ones you found. You could.
If Clobar grappled him, would someone else who is stronger than him be able to tie him up?
Yes, they would.
Okay. Clobar is gonna try again to grapple this man.
Okay. Contesting, he's gonna make an athletics check.
And do I also need to make athletics, or can I do acrobatics? Or not acrobatics?
It's acrobatics or athletics. I think.
Does it matter which one I do? Do I have to do the one he does?
Do whichever one is better for you.
Okay. That is a crit plus 1. 20.
Oh my god! Nice! So you watch as Clobar, the wizard with a prosthetic arm and a limp, wraps his hands around this big, beefy orc and has him in a chokehold.
Clobar's yelling, "Tie him up! I cannot hold him for long."
And this orc is extremely surprised by this, and he's like, "What? Get off me!" And after he took the damage from Marsica, he would have said, "Ah, damn magic! Getting me out here alone!" Kakira.
Kakira's gonna pull out her rope and tie him up.
All right. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Or dexterity
What
check.
am I saving?
Sorry, you're not saving anything. You're acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Since
Acrobatics.
as well, can I use my turn to give him advantage?
Yeah, you guys can decide who goes first, and if Flint goes first, then you can use the help action. Giving him advantage. Is that what you want to do?
Flint, what's your dex?
It's
My dex is a +2, my strength is a +1.
Okay. So it's basically the same.
Yeah.
If it
So-
matters, I'm gonna do
You
this
could
on my turn
that
as
I can
well.
use full person after.
And mine's a +4.
so
So
If that matters to anyone.
I don't see Flint on the turn.
yeah,
order, so
he's not showing up for some reason, but he's on mine.
Okay, and he had a 10?
Yeah, he has a 10.
Oh, we have the same exact initiative.
Yeah. So if he goes first, he can do the help action, so you have advantage.
Or
Yeah,
I
let's
could use
see.
hold.
Oh,
Oh, hold person's great. I like that one.
that would be good. And then I can help Calvio.
Sure.
All right,
Let's do that.
I mean, okay, so you're casting hold person. Wisdom save, right?
Yes. Yes. 15 is the DC.
Yeah, he fails. You, Klobar, you feel him like kind of snap and is rigid now. Kakira, what are you doing?
I'm
You
gonna
know,
help.
you know that he would already have advantage to do this, and you cannot have triple advantage. So doing the help
Oh.
action in this situation would be useless.
Oh, can
Bat.
you do it?
There's a
Just fucking
bat.
do it.
I'll
There's
tie
a
him
bat.
up.
Okay, so you're
Oh.
tying up. So go ahead and make me a dexterity check with advantage.
Forgot
Or,
there's a bat.
Yeah, he
The
is
bat is also
plummeting. He's
plummeting to the ground.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tie him up.
okay. So make me a acrobatics check with advantage.
Please do this so I can yeet to a bat.
15.
15. Yeah,
That was with advantage.
he'd have
That was with
disadvantage too.
advantage.
Damn.
God damn it.
Shit.
Yeah, you're able to get it,
Oh,
and you get a relatively good knot because he is still, and Klobar's like he cannot move, so this guy is in there. You see, with that it was a 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see that this guy is pretty strong though, just so you are aware. If he succeeds a save, are you doing anything else on your turn? That would be your
no.
action. So, if you are not doing anything else, we will go ahead and move on to Flint did his turn. We are now to Calvio.
Yeah, and I'll tell Calvio you should tie him up again.
Oh, how far away is the bat?
The
Oh,
is everything okay?
Well,
Not again.
take
Just
My
more
hold
rope.
person only lasts 1 minute. I
Last
can only
1
hold this
minute.
for a second, guys.
So the bat is currently it would be, so it was like 250 feet like away from you guys in the air, and it's currently plummeting in an arc away from you, right? So it would by the time if you were to fucking run, it would be about at the 350 feet mark. It's like
That's taking 10 turns to get to him though.
yeah, like you guys would see it's
For
way
5
out
for a
there.
dash.
does it
There are
matter
trees.
that the Earthbind spell does say its flight speed is reduced to 0?
Yeah, oh yeah, that matters. It is currently plummeting to the ground. Like so, but it
But
was
moving
going.
forward still?
It was moving forward, but it's not like you cast Earthbind and then it goes whoop, right? There's still inertia. It's going like this.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
so we could go find him.
Yeah. So physics is still a thing.
Pretty good.
I could get there quicker.
Tie him more.
Somebody needs to put more
So,
rope on him.
what is Calvia? What are you doing?
Fuck.
You say that again. You broke up a little bit.
Nothing. I was just grumbling.
Oh, okay.
Just grumbling.
I mean, you guys did a pretty good job of like making this situation a lot easier to deal with.
I'm also probably the fastest out of everybody. So.
All right, Fangs
in terms
on
of
deck.
Trying to get to the flying
Oh.
object.
Would it be better to tie his legs together or just keep tying around what he's got?
That's up to you. What are you gonna do? Who keeps messing with the music? Someone keeps trying to stop it. Do we want to stop it?
I
don't.
no, I think that's my because I just was clicking through tabs and it's like flipping out. I don't know what it's doing.
That's hilarious.
Legs or what we've got?
Calvio makes the decision.
Fuck.
You don't have time to ask.
Shit. Okay.
Okay,
I'm just gonna tie his legs. I'm just
'Kay.
gonna tie his legs. So
Make me a
left
dexterity
side-
check, acrobatics with advantage.
Oh, this is gonna be bomb. I'm so excited. I'm good at this. Not that one. That was a 7. One more time. Okay, that's a 17 plus 4 is 21.
21. Nice. So, Yeah. He's tied up. He's really, really pretty fucking tied up at the moment. Yeah, he's hogtied at the moment. Is that Calvio's turn? That was your action to do that. Are you doing anything else?
Want to shove in his mouth?
Do I have a what?
Shove in his mouth?
Oh my god.
No. God, I'm just. Can I use my bonus action to go through his pockets? Or is that an action?
That'd be an action.
Damn. Okay, I'm done.
All right. We are now to Fang. What is Fang doing?
Get in his face and growl.
Yeah. You know, that's a great idea.
All right.
That's what he's gonna do.
So he gets in his face and growls a bit. And, cool. Now.
Is that an intimidating growl?
Oh yeah. I mean, have you had a wolf growl at you? It's pretty scary.
No, I can't say I have.
I don't think I want to deal with that. Unless there's anything else, it is the hyena's turn. Fang's good. We're to the hyenas.
Okay. The hyenas are probably just like standing guard, making
'Kay.
sure that we're all like in a little enclosed space.
So, are they doing like a held action for if any enemies come in the way, they're gonna go after them and attack them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Then we are to Marsica.
Okay, so just for clarification, are we going to run to the vet? Or is that
Knock
something
his ass out and let's go.
No.
Yeah, we could
Throw him on the back
leave.
of a hyena.
Run.
Yeah, we can throw him on the back of a hyena.
Well, yeah, let's just fucking yeet. I would prefer to knock his ass out and then go, but no.
Are we in a narrative moment right now?
So
Like, could I say
stupid.
something?
Can Marsica knock him out?
You guys can talk, like, you can talk within reason to each other. So if it's a quick thing, yes, you can say something.
Clovar would say, they have numbers. We cannot defend the hamlet alone. We must travel to Ubask. I will present him as a tribute to the Eyes of White.
Yeah, sure, cool, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Calio's like, let's go.
Clint
All
looks
right.
at Sika and is like, I ride a hyena because I ain't keeping up.
I'll turn to you and be like, there are two of them.
I just like try and hobble onto one.
One of them's pretty hurt though, right?
One of the hyenas is pretty hurt.
Would it be worth it healing them, or are they gonna like fizzle away at some point in the near
Fizzle
future?
away after like an hour, so
Mhm.
it's
We
not.
can get pretty far in an hour.
Okay.
Don't
No,
get it.
wait a minute.
Let's just fucking go.
All right.
Okay. So you guys you're basically, if you guys want, this can be a narrative moment. At the end of his turns, he can make saves against the hold person, right? So basically how this would work is he would get, he would eventually save against hold person if you guys just continue to go, but he would get, what is it? A strength check for both of the times you tied him. So you have to make 2 strength checks, right?
I mean, if we're going narrative, I'm like going through his ass, like taking his weapons away, checking his pockets if he has a like, all but stripping this bastard, basically.
Okay.
I've also
I am
got
up a third time.
I've got Ray of Enfeeblement, which would essentially it halves his damage with weapon attacks that use strength, but I imagine that would still make him weaker.
How long does that last for?
Concentration up to a minute. So anytime
Okay.
I see him trying to like actually break out of the ropes, I would be able to just kind of.
I do have one more hold person as well as a last resort.
How long does hold person last?
A minute, but that's like I said, a last resort.
Okay, cool. So,
I will use my rope to tie him up for a third time.
all right, make me a dexterity
Clover
check.
wants to tie him up a fourth time.
Both of you guys
I'm
make me
helping both
dexterity.
of them with this.
Okay,
I'm
with
helping both of them with this.
with advantage. Then both of you guys. What we got?
Oh, fucking shit.
Okay, not good.
I just pass my rope to Calvio and ask him to tie it after I fail.
Make me a what's your passive perception?
15.
Yeah, you realize that it's not a great knot, so you can do that. With that, he's plenty tied up. So Calvio, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. 19.
19. All right. So you've tied him up 4
Just say
times.
mine.
30, 20. Yes, nice. Okay.
Anybody
So-
else have a
Where
rope?
are you going?
We're sticking to our theme of not letting them do anything.
So,
Movement for you.
so you guys watch in the distance. Let me go ahead and switch our music here. You guys watch in the distance, almost comically. You see the bat come out of the falling out of the sky. It fail. I think it has to make 2 saves, right? Isn't part of a written language. Oh, that's
Pretty sure it's just one.
Earthbind. Is just.
But
Oh, it doesn't say it makes its. Oh, it doesn't make saves at the end of its turn. That's broken.
Just keep calling.
All right.
You get it once.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of fucked. Okay. So, the bat. That bat is dead. It falls out of the sky. And
It says safely descends.
oh, it does say safely descend.
God damn it.
Oh, it's
I
60
didn't
feet.
say anything.
Okay, cool. So,
Great.
thank you.
That's what it says.
Thank you for keeping it honest. I was
Fine.
really concerned. So how long does it last for? It lasts
Up to a
concentration up to a minute. Okay. So you guys watch as it kind of safely moves and then it lands okay. And when you guys are well off running in the other direction, it does not make a it's not sneaky about it. It takes off again and it's heading back towards the fort. So,
So how far is this place that we're trying to go?
you guys are trying to go to Ubask. So, that is
Across a river.
yeah, you guys are going to have to find a way to cross the river. It will
The raft.
take you oh my god.
Okay, so
The better part of 2 days,
Question.
1 night of travel. So, Flint has a question.
how far were we out from Horadin's hamlet? Like,
Uh,
it took us a day and a half.
We're on the
travel, right?
X, right?
Basically. Yeah, you guys are on the X.
Okay, so we just pissed off this orc horde, took one of their warmongers, and we're completely going like a different direction. We're pretty much sacrificing Horadin's hamlet.
Yeah.
right
That's a
now.
good point.
I agree.
Clobar
Yep.
says, there is no way, even with all of our might, that we could have beaten all of them. However, if we can enlist the hobgoblin hordes, we stand a chance. Kakira, I believe you have the ability to send a message. I need you to send a message to Zerf and to Horadine.
Hold
Have
up.
Horadine.
Those both were warmongers. They weren't even with the general or their chief or whatever. So who's to say that this chief doesn't have another horde with him?
Klobar says,
We simply do not have the numbers. However, if we think strategically, we can overcome this foe.
I mean, it's gonna take them some time to like recoup from that, right?
We didn't exactly do a whole lot other than piss
We,
them
we,
off.
we, we didn't really do any damage. We didn't kill anyone.
We didn't get. I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
And
we
if,
literally all we
took
did was
someone. We took one of the
kidnap
people on their
if
chain
we
of
killed
command.
maybe all of the leaders, then maybe.
And there's another leader who is more grumpy than this one and less thoughtful.
Yeah.
Who is now in charge, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Klobar says, either way, we need Andorra to send numbers, but there's no guarantee that they can send them faster than UBAS can.
Where exactly is Ubas?
It's off
Uh,
to the east,
I don't see it.
Yeah, if you look at the
Ah,
map,
there it is.
west.
Yeah.
Yep, now I got it now.
Yeah.
So Ubask is closer than Andorra.
Yes.
But I'm still worried about Horadine's Hamlet doing this
Yeah.
because they could just completely ignore us and go straight for Horadine's Hamlet.
Klobar says, and that is why we will send a message to Horadine either through magical means, or I will have Archimedes deliver a letter.
Can we not just send one to whoever you're trying to talk to in Ubask and have them meet us?
Yeah, have them meet
Okay.
us halfway because then
I
we can come
can't
right back.
do that.
Yeah, Kikira needs to be familiar with them.
Yeah.
Good.
And I don't know how far Archimedes could go. That's basically the animal messenger spell is how you'd be using Archimedes, and I'm not sure Find Familiar would work that way.
I looked into it. There's no distance limit.
Okay.
The other option is because sending is a spell available to wizards, I could ask Akira to try and teach it to me. Because I know Lobon, and I imagine he'll be within the area.
Yeah, since divine magic and arcane magic are, though you can get the same effect, as some of the same spell effects. If somebody is from the divine magic side of things, they would have an extremely difficult time telling you how it works on the arcane side of things in this world.
Either way, Ubask is close enough that we could make it there before the orcs have time to regroup. And we could go ahead and let the people of Hordine's Hamlet know, because we know from what he said that they're interested in the fort, and we told them to hide in the fort, so that's now a very bad idea.
Although
Yeah.
still protected.
I'm also not sure how much regrouping there's going to be. I mean, it's just going to be a chain of command thing. If we had taken both of the leaders, yeah, I'd buy that. But right now, it's just going to be one dude there grumpy and taking charge when the bat gets back.
Well, the chief wasn't there.
Well, no, the other guy that was there. The guy that
Whatever
was
his name
talking
was.
to you.
Yeah,
More-
was that
Morrigan.
whole,
In charge, essentially.
the other guy
Morrigan.
that's basically the same rank.
Morrigan.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy. Who was sending other troops after us.
Yeah, it's just going to be him.
Well,
And it's same shit, different day.
I still think we're forgetting that we were vastly, vastly outnumbered.
We're not trying to fight them by ourselves. The issue is, what do we do about Hordine's Hamlet?
The point is we don't have a lot of time, probably. So in the 2 days it would take us to get to Ubask, they could potentially get everything back together and get to Hordine's Hamlet.
That's why
How many
we
days does it
evacuate
take?
Hordine's Hamlet while we're headed to Ubask.
They already didn't like the idea of evacuating.
Well,
that's why we
they're
didn't do
gonna
that in
have
the
to get
first
over
place.
it.
I mean, that's
You know,
a fair
but
point.
when
How long does it take to get from Hordine's Hamlet to the orc camp again?
It was
Day?
about it was one night in the better part of 2 days, right? So, and you would know larger groups move slower. So
like
it would
2.5, 3 days for them to make it to Hoarding
if
Camp.
if they decided to move, you would think it would take them about 3 days to get there.
So do we need to split as a group?
And that's
Half
if
of
they
us-
leave
Yeah,
now. That's if they left right now.
Yeah, that's if
It
they
would-
left
it would take them
right
3 days.
now. So they'd probably in the morning they'd have to start making preparations now if they were to do that.
So, perfect world, we could technically get to Ubask and then to Horadin's Hamlet before they made it.
If you were fast,
Stretch.
if you were really fast.
But
Yeah, I mean,
it's still important that we evacuate Horden's Hamlet. Because we didn't know when we left Horden's Hamlet, we didn't know the number. Like we had an idea that it was a lot, but we didn't find out exactly how many it was
We had a
until we
close
talked
number.
to Sarek, and then we saw for ourselves. And we didn't
Yeah.
know that they had ogres and other really strong we knew that it was orcs, but we didn't know it was a coalition of orcs, ogres, Tonaruks, and God knows what else.
Is there any way that we could send a group from Andorra to meet them in Horadin's Hamlet and escort them out?
I can send a message to Zerf. Or I guess I could send a message to the what was it his name? The King Regent?
Yeah.
Good choice.
Let me find his name.
Yeah, it
I
might be
think
better to ask
Morgan?
Zerf.
Morgan?
Yeah.
I feel like that borders on treason to magically scry into the mind of the king of an entire country.
Yeah. Or his speaker, whatever he is, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I think
You
we
guys,
should, we should
you
stick with Zerf.
you guys did meet a high up military commander. I'm trying to find his name,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
can't find it at the moment. He's the one who kind of briefed you
Oh.
guys on the situation, right?
Yes.
So
Oh,
just
I
throwing
can't
this
remember.
out there, but a lot of the military and the guard throughout the city of Andorra are all indebted to my family. So, I could get my family to possibly rally some people to try and meet us halfway if we're trying
I mean,
to
whatever we got to do, if like, not meet us, like, basically send a message to whoever in Andorra and say, get people to Horadin's Hamlet to escort refugees. Send a message to Horadin's Hamlet. We're sending people to get you. And then we go to Ubask. People, that all happens without us there. And by the time we get to Horadin's Hamlet, they're already gone.
So are you saying that Hoarding's Hamlet just starts going? We have people to
Yes.
meet them.
Well, because it's going to take time. No, we're not going to go meet any of them. We're not doing
Well, yeah, no. I'm
shit
saying
with
the
that. We're
people
going
from
straight to
Andorra
Ubask.
are gonna come down and meet them
Correct.
like halfway or something.
I don't know
Okay.
about that, but some version of that, yes.
so
Whether-
what if we do split the party and have half of us go to Horadine's Hamlet to get them to convince them to leave, while
Have
the
you
other half.
ever watched Scooby Doo?
So, okay, I'll stop you guys right there. I don't have the capacity to run two storylines at once. Like a meta thing, it would be very hard. That would be very hard for me to run. And it
Okay,
would be
that's fair.
switching back and forth sort of deal.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
Okay.
I hate to limit you guys like that.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I totally understand. That would be a really stupid
That's a
thing
lot.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Every time they split the party in Scooby Doo, guess who shows up? Just saying.
Okay. Well, not everything is Scooby Doo.
It was a metaphor. It wasn't like a realistic situation for us.
Exactly.
Zoink, Scoob.
Exactly. So ideally, some group of people who can defend refugees would come from Andorra and go straight to Horadine's Hamlet, not meeting them halfway. Just go straight to them. the guard that's already in Hordine's Hamlet, plus those people, plus the people in Hordine's Hamlet, would leave, like gone. While that's happening, we go to Ubask, do the stuff in Ubask, and then get done there really fucking fast, and then go to Hordine's Hamlet. But the other issue is like, are we bringing people from Ubask with us to Horadine's Hamlet? Is that the goal?
Since you have not stoppered up the guy's mouth yet, he will speak up and said, I thought there was something fishy, saying that the hobgoblins had allied with the humans.
Can I,
You
like,
don't even know
hit him in the
yet.
head with the hilt of my sword?
Ugh.
Shut up! No one asked you to speak, dirty
You s-
pig.
You see, oh, you see, he is fuming and he's beginning to try and resist against the bonds at the moment. To no avail, because you guys have him tied up so damn well. So,
Lucky it doesn't kill his ass.
It sounds like a plan.
So the idea is to go get people from Ubask and then come back.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, Obar's the one who said let's try and go to Ubask to so that he can earn something from the eyes the people there. I forgot what he
We
called
can
them.
deal with that when we get there. We just gotta fucking go right now. We don't have time. So we've got to start sending messages, and we've got to go.
So being from Andorra, would I know how hobgoblins treat other denizens of this place?
denizens.
Yeah.
How the hobgoblins treat the humans per se? Yeah, you would know that the hobgoblins are a proud people, and they pride themselves in. They're similar to the orcs in that they pride themselves in testing themselves in battle, and they would they seek a worthy foe, right? But they would never kill children. They would never go after innocent people. If there were no
So
fighters,
they're not irrational.
they're not irrational. They can be reasoned with, but they are very militant, right?
That sounds like that'll work in our favor.
Or not.
Why would they
There's no
not want to
mid-ground.
fight a huge
No,
horde of
I'm with
orcs?
you. I'm with you, but it's either gonna like go exactly how we want, or they're just gonna throw our asses in jail.
What does the hobgoblin think?
Clover is dead set that Ubask is the way to go.
Okay.
I mean, I'm with you. Yeah, like that. We
Let's do
literally
it.
have no other option.
What is
Woo them
what
with food.
Marsica and Siga, you both are shaking your heads. What are you guys thinking?
I think we should have taken out the leaders instead of doing all this. There's a lot of ifs here.
There are a lot of ifs here.
Siga?
Is Siga's irritated because once again we have put innocent lives at risk, and he's definitely grumpy about this and wishes that he could go to Horadin's Hamlet himself, because if anyone or anything happens to happen to anybody, then he's gonna be royally pissed. So his tail is aggressively like flicking like a cat. He's not about any of this. He understands because of the situation they're in, but he's grumpy.
Okay.
So this orc chief that is missing, would we know that they usually travel in like say like an honor guard with them or something like that, or like a group of orcs that would go.
Are you saying this out loud? Are you asking this out loud? So you and
He's
Marsica
asking
both.
this out loud.
Yeah, you and Marsica, go ahead and make me history checks. Yeah, 18. Nice.
Where the heck is? Oh, I hit it. There we go.
Mark could get advantage because
I got a 16.
16. Okay. So you guys know that there is a. I mean, there's a history of orcs kind of trying to beat their armies up against the Shamrath Slope Pass, right? To try and get through. You would know that there are often where there's usually only one horde. It is not unheard of that there would be two going around, right? Flint, with that 18, you would also know, you would have heard tell in your readings because you are a lore bard and like to check into things sometimes at your whimsy. You would know that not necessarily all orcs from the Badlands agree with these warlike orcs.
Yeah, I'll share all this information. So that could mean though that there is the second horde already heading for you.
The
Doris.
fellow Taida, I would say the hyena's probably dropped at this point. So who is pulling this guy? Like who's got the rope and who's carrying him because his legs are tied up?
Bang.
How are you guys transporting this? Fang's not big enough.
Fang's not that big. I mean, he's
Yeah.
big, but he's not that big.
David's got a magical disc, right?
You're not incorrect. However,
So I'd say at this point that the hyenas would disappear and then he's kind of on the ground.
however, on the list of things that I prepped to go fight a giant orc fort, Tasha's floating disc was not one of them.
Does someone have Zone of Truth?
Potentially.
I thought someone did at one
Not
point.
at the moment, but could.
Okay.
I don't.
Time of day is it, and how much distance have we covered?
So you guys have been walking for a little over, I would say since the hyenas had just dropped, a little over an hour. It is, you guys started your attack at midday, right? So I would say that it is well into afternoon at the moment. So at this point, it would be 2 nights to get to Ubask. You would get there halfway through after the day after the second night.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if I can see any other bats in the area since it has been a while.
Okay.
That other bat didn't die, so.
Make me a perception check. Did you have anything to say, Klobar?
Yeah. Klobar would say out loud, getting out of the wood and across the river will be a priority. Getting into hobgoblin territory will bring some degree of safety.
Flint's perception check. You don't see any bats. They don't seem to be following you at the moment, from what you can tell. At the mention earlier, at the mention of the other orc horde, this guy is he's not deceptive in any way, and he portrays like a laugh
I'm gonna look at him and be like, "What's so funny?"
You have no idea what you are dealing with.
Klobar leans in to the point where only the orc can hear him and says, "In those ruins, we found a door. What is behind that door?"
Power.
And do you think you're any more able to open it than we are?
I am not. But we are.
Klobar says, "We shall see." At
They
this point,
don't
Klobar
need
would
me.
gag him.
He, as you're gagging him, he gets the words out. They don't need me.
Um, Klobar says, "We must hurry on to Ubask."
So, there was talk earlier of Kakira sending a sending spell. Is that are you guys still planning on doing that, or have you changed your mind on things?
Sounds like that's still the plan.
Okay.
I don't know what else we can do at this point.
Are
I
you
don't think we
planning
can go
on?
back.
Are you gonna send to Zerf or to the military commander?
What do we think is better?
Because if you send to the military commander, or really either, you should let them know that there's ogres amongst their ranks. That it's not just strictly a coalition of orcs anymore.
So would I know Zerf's standing in the city of Andorra and how the other guards and noblemen would treat her?
Oh yeah, you would definitely have that information. Zerf is kind of her own entity. She is conscripted at times by the crown. Like, she does favors for them a lot whenever a stray artifact comes through, or if they need something. They've petitioned her to help them fight in the past, and she staunchly refuses to fight. Um,
Has there ever been any circumstances which have led any of the army to be indebted?
the army to be indebted to her?
Other people that could have sway over the army?
Oh yeah, yeah. She used her or that influence with you guys earlier to get you an audience with the regent.
Yeah, we've blown that card, I guess.
You would say that she might have some more, like, she has some clout, right?
Okay,
But
so
we
I
now
say
know
we.
a military commander.
So the military commander, I can't find his name for the life of me in my notes, so I'm just gonna write a new one. Because I need to reorganize my loads here. You would know that his name is Commander Frolin.
Um, it might be, but since we took on the task for the regent, it might be considered offensive if we went, I guess, under or over their head to Zerf instead of reporting directly to who we contracted with. So
Point.
it might be better to let the commander know a few things. One, that we have one of their commanders. Two, that Gordine's Hamlet is about to be under a massive attack. Three, that ogres are among ogres and others from the Badlands have coalesced with the orc force. And you might also sprinkle in their target is some arcane thing in the ruins of Fort Xeris at Horden's Hamlet.
I get 25 words.
Okay.
In tweet form, please.
So, like. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. We have an orc commander. We should probably write this down, right? So we don't forget.
Is Kakira meticulous enough to do that?
I mean, she would know that we can only send 25 words of a message.
Okay.
I mean, us write it down just so it's clear.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Right? If you feel like you need to write it down to send a clear message to somebody.
Be making perception checks periodically, just making sure no one's following us.
Yeah, go ahead and make me another perception check, and we'll keep that one for the future as you're keeping watch.
So I'm thinking
Okay.
we have an orc commander.
Do we need to say who we are first? Because
they know who I
otherwise-
am.
have you sent a message to them before?
No, but if we've met, they will recognize that I am the sender.
Does it say that in the spell?
Yes.
Okay,
The
cool.
creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately.
Perfect, great. Okay, I just didn't want to freak out this commander. Like, hello, God.
I mean, he might be pooping. You still might freak him out.
Hello. Oh.
That's a good point, but at least it would be a surprise freak out and not a what is
Hoova.
happening to me freak out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Logan, that makes sense.
What's he saying?
So he said, captured orc commander, force of 200 plus, heading towards Hordine's Hamlet, includes ogres and demonic orcs, need reinforcements.
You have 7 more words.
You can respond to this message.
I think they know that they can respond.
That would be two words if you can respond to this message left.
I think they know.
Okay.
Can we add they are after arcane power or something like that?
I'd specifically
And
mention Fort
ruins.
Xeris after
Fort and
powerful
Fort.
relic at Fort Xeris.
After powerful relic at Fort Xeris.
That's within the 25.
1 word left. Help.
They are after.
So-
after. I think that would work.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. You have 1 more word, yeah. Help.
Or, I mean, evacuate.
Evacuate. Yeah. Evacuate.
Sure. Let's do that.
Okay. So, you send the message, and how do you say it exactly? How you would say it to him?
Courtney says wait.
Oh, okay.
The only thing we didn't imply is that it's really urgent and that they need to get there like ASAP.
We'll add urgent at the end. How about that?
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe that would be the better word,
would
or
be the one
ASAP
word.
would be the better word.
ASAP.
I
mean,
don't think
Ace-
these people know what ASAP means.
Yeah.
Urgent.
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 Whatever.
So
You'd be like,
orc commander.
ASAP?
Do I need to read it off, or are we
Oh,
good?
Read it off, please.
Okay. Captured orc commander, force of 200 plus, heading towards Hordine Hamlet, includes ogres and demonic orcs. Need reinforcements after powerful relic at Fort Xeris. Urgent.
Okay. A moment passes, and you hear the voice of Commander Frolin. in your head responding. And he says, "That is very disturbing. Our military was already being mobilized, but I will send a contingent to Horadine's hamlet. Is there any..." And it cuts off.
I will relay that information.
They're gonna get there and not know where the fuck anyone is.
I can
How many
send
more
another
times
one.
can you do that? That's what I was like. How many more times can you do that?
One.
Fuck. Shit.
Do you guys still need to send a message to the? Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
Wait,
I can't
are we
send a
sending a
message
message
to Hot
to
Problems.
Ubask?
Okay, Kara can't do that.
I can't.
Okay,
Oh,
never
we
mind.
can't do that. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you're gonna send one to Horadine.
Oh.
Flint, with that perception check, as you guys are, I would say, since nobody has said, have we figured out who's carrying and dealing with this guy? Are you just like pushing him along and
Clobar
rolling?
has
I
like
just
a
need to
noose
know
around
about-
his neck, and he's just pulling him.
Oh well,
Okay.
I have the disc as a ritual. I just need mercury. Unless
Okay.
you say that I can just cast it with my focus.
Yeah, since you have an arcane focus, it should be fine.
So while you guys are chatting, I sit down and I'm like doing some shit, and then a disc pops up.
Okay.
How much weight can it hold?
500 pounds.
Oh yeah,
Even you can
Damn.
ride the disc.
I'm like close to 400 myself. I don't know how big this guy is.
But you by yourself could roll right on the disc.
Yes, you by yourself could ride the disc.
The disc would not strangle him.
I think she's talking about
I think
the
she was talking about the rope.
Oh my god.
rope around his neck.
The-
I imagine the rope would not be around his neck, but more around of his.
Yeah, it's like
chest and the
around his
rest of
torso.
body.
Pulling him. So you guys can drag him. But the disc kind of whoop pops up. You can put him on top of there relatively easily. And is there a speed on the disc, or does it just keep pace with you?
Duration is 1 hour, and it has to stay within 20 feet of me. Otherwise, it goes away, and it cannot change elevation of 10 feet or more.
Okay.
For example, the disc can't move across a 10-foot deep pit, nor could it leave such a pit if it was created at the bottom.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. It's immobile while I am within 20 feet of it. If I move more than 20 feet away from it, the disc follows me. If I'm 100 feet away from it, the spell ends.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
And it's 3 feet in diameter, 1 inch thick, and floats 3 feet above the ground.
Okay. So for the next hour, you're fine carrying him.
Yeah. And I
Um.
would be smart enough to know to redo this when it comes to the end of it.
Okay. So I'll let you know after every hour passes, and you'll mark the spell slot off. Oh wait, no, it's a ritual cast, so you take 10 minutes every time. Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll slow you down a little bit, but not by much. Not enough to really matter. Yeah.
Did I go through him
It would.
take all of his shit off of him? Like,
Yeah, you
no
said that
knives,
earlier.
no-
Yeah, he doesn't have any
Okay,
of
did I
his.
find anything entertaining?
Actually, make me an investigation check because you might.
I'm good at this. +7 with proficiency. Oh, 14.
It's not very well hidden in his pocket. You see that there is a parchment that is stuck in his parchment. So let me go over here. You guys should. I'll put this in Calvio's journal, so you should see this now.
Is it an orc?
Oh shit, yeah, it is. It's in Orcish.
Then I would be going over to Marska and be like, "Help!"
Clobar can read it.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Comprehend languages.
Wait,
So
would you have to cast a spell to read it, or
Yeah, but I took it as a spell today, so I can insta cast it.
is
So-
is it a cantrip?
no,
No,
but
it's
you
a
can.
first level.
Oh, well, Marska can just read it.
Yeah, but Klobar wants to read it.
I'll give you the fucking thing. Just let Marska
So-
save the
so-
spell slot.
So Calvio, you pull out the you see that there's a parchment, and unrolling it, it is indeed in Orcish. So, you can hand it off to Marsica, since you know she just reads Orcish. Or you could say, and then I can add it to both Marsica's and Clobar's
I'm
journal.
just gonna walk to Marska and like hold this up and be like, "Hey, I found this on him. It's an
Okay.
orc."
Okay.
She'll read it
So-
out loud.
So if you go to your journal, you should see a parchment in there now. Orders for Warmonger Trecklin.
Yes, I see
Should have
that.
read it while it was in my inventory.
All right. Oh, it starts with that. All right, Warmonger Trecklin, I'm gonna write all this down since I knows you ain't gonna remember my orders! Exclamation point. X, leave them damn elves alone, at least for now. They will get what's coming to them. Oh, I think it's just like checkpoints. Is that what these X's are?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, I couldn't. They just look like the same font, so I didn't realize.
That's
Anyway,
okay.
I was like, what's up with the X? Anyway, push on and take the ruins. We need them. Not sure why. The master says to build a fort on the spot of them. Keep the red fangs out of the fort and about. I know you don't like them, but day is useful, and they day and they are in our cause. They use day and they. Just
Yeah,
I
This is
think
incredible.
that's important. And if you see those no good fellows that disrupted the ritual, capture them. When you finish taking them ruins, send a bat rider back into the Badlands to Poffrey
Tower.
Tower. Try and convince them to join us again. If they refuse, then I will send for their deaths.
Oh, shit.
Deaths.
Der death.
There's a lot of fun words in there.
Beautiful.
So since you guys all heard that, I will just add that to your guys's journals, so you can all go back and read it, just to reference that
Oh, boy.
information.
Klobar says out loud to the point where the orc tied up and gagged orc can hear him. He says, "Man, his order was to catch us, and we caught him. Looks like the shoe's on the other foot."
He's like growling through the gag at you.
He also says, "Don't worry. The eyes of White will no doubt be more interested in you than I am."
So the last thing we need to do is send a message to Horadine, letting him know that people are coming to rescue them, that shit hit the fan, that they need to get the fuck out.
Or do we send the other message to the commander with more information?
Well, we have some time. I mean, if you want to send a message to the commander now, and then in the morning send
Leave.
another message. You know, a few hours isn't going to make a difference for Horadine's Hamlet, but whatever that information is from Andorra might.
Okay.
It just needs to be the first thing we do after we wake up. If we don't
Right.
send it now.
Yeah. So they said
I mean,
they
are we all
mobilized.
good with that?
Say that again.
Are we all good with that?
Yep.
Sure.
He just went nervously eating and just slowly shake his head.
Klobar kind of comes up behind Flint and like pats him on the back. He's like, "Don't worry, friend. This will all be all right."
Does Siga have
so
anything to say? Hold on. I think Cordy wants to say something.
So Siga got caught up and kind of wasn't listening to everybody else because of the very small comment that the orc just dropped about white eyes. And because Siga's already grumpy, and that's like the dream stuff has been ruminating in the back of his brain anyways, he's gonna kind of take out his anger a little bit. It's probably gonna be the most frustrated outwardly that any of the group has ever seen him. So he's going to.
It wasn't the orc that said white eyes, by the way. That was Clobar.
Yeah, it was Clobar talking about the Eyes of White, which are the Hobgoblin Elders.
He
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought okay, never mind. He
the
was proud. That's right.
Yeah.
He's gagged. God fuck. Okay.
the,
Never mind.
what the orc said, the last thing you guys heard the orc say before he was gagged was that he said they don't need me.
Right. Okay. Never mind. I take it all back. Whole train of thought. Never mind.
Okay.
I mean, the whole white eyes things might still fluster you. I don't know. You might. That's
Same way.
okay. Cool.
It's cool.
So
So we're all good with sending the message to Andorra, the commander, and not to Hordine's Hamlet until the morning. I
Yeah.
don't really see. Okay. Yeah. So what are we saying to the commander again?
So the last thing he said was they
Is
already sent
there-
troops. And then they ended. I can't remember what
He
they
cut
ended
off.
with.
It was like, is there or
Is there anything?
is there
Something
any?
like that. Is there any?
Is there any?
Was that the gist of it? They've already mobilized troops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've already begun to mobilize troops, but he will send a contingent towards that direction faster.
Okay.
Basically, is what
So-
is what you got from him. The ones that are ready
this
now, he
next-
will send.
And then
So
is there
in this
any?
next message, you should say civilians in Fort Zaris. Respond in 25 words or less. Respond in 25
Oh,
words.
we got plenty of
or
words.
less. We've got 15 less.
Um,
Is there any what?
I can't respond again tonight. This is my message. Like this is it. That's all
Right.
I read.
Yeah. That's
Should we tell them
I'm
that
telling
we're going
you.
to Ubask?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
Concerning for them, but
You know that would be a delicate situation. If the hobgoblins, if that succeeds and the hobgoblins come to their aid on the battlefield out of nowhere, they may think they're also being attacked, by them as well at the same time. So
We should let them know.
it's
Maybe we let them know after we know what's going down. Because if we go to Ubask and tell them we're going to Ubask to find help, and then we get no help from Ubask, then they're gonna be like, "Well, of course you didn't get any fucking help. It's Ubask." So if we go to Ubask and we get help, then better to ask for forgiveness than permission, and all that jazz.
We're walking while talking, correct?
yes.
yeah.
Yep.
And stupid orc pig guy is floating.
That you would know
Probably
that
not.
that's a very I mean,
Oh, I
you
know.
are upset. You're upset with this orc, but that is a very
Oh, yeah.
derogatory term
Yes.
for
Yes.
orcs.
This orc is lucky Calvio hasn't just like stabbed him a million times yet.
Flint, you're still not seeing any bat riders.
Okay.
So, civilians are in Fort Zaris.
Respond in 25 words or less.
Spawn in 25 words or less.
Is there any what? Because we don't know what the last thing he was going to say is.
Is there any what?
Or what was the last thing you said? Would probably be more clear, wouldn't it? That would be more clear.
Yeah. And then I don't know how many words this is. This is why I
Okay,
write it down.
so,
I got it.
civilians in fort respond in 25 words or less. What was the last thing you said? We're at 16.
So that's 16.
I think so. Maybe I counted wrong.
Yep. What was the last thing you said? I will respond in the morning.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll send that. Civilians in Fort Zaris respond in 25 words or less. What was the last thing you said? I will respond in the morning.
All right, you're sending that.
Unless anybody has anything to say about it.
That's
Nope.
pretty much all we got.
All right.
Let's just keep it in 9.
All right. Tensely looking around, your message goes through, and a reply swiftly comes back. You wrote it down in there what you said. Could you tell me again what you said just so that I'm fully aware of it?
I have to write it down again.
Sorry.
It's all
I
good.
thought you typed it in the chat, so I was just gonna go look and make sure I addressed all the points.
I remember it. What?
Okay. Civilians in Fort Zaris respond in 25 words or less. What was the last thing you said? I will respond in the morning. Commander Frolin responds swiftly and says, I said, is there any more information? Is the commander dead? Can you get the civilians out of the hamlet? Are they after the fort? So,
I think we told them that already.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
sorry,
told them they
you
were
did tell
after
them
the
that.
Sort of. We said they were heading towards.
I think they. No, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
you
no,
know,
we
we said
didn't.
After
said-
powerful relic.
After powerful relic in the fort.
Oh,
Okay,
right,
so
right.
they had the
It was
last 5
separate
words.
message.
Oh, what would he use with the last 5 words? Can you get to Horadines? Be the last thing he says.
Sending is really complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
But so useful.
See, that's unfair because he knows we can't respond in the morning till the morning.
What else did I say? I don't remember the third thing I said. Trying to type it in here real quick. Something along those lines is what he would have replied. Oh, can you get the civilians out?
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
Oh. So if you want to write that down so that you can reply to him in the morning, he is aware that you won't be able to.
Yeah. Would take note of that.
So before we like one hundo commit to this? Is there any other possibility that anyone can think of getting through this? All right, good talk.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't really know if there's like anything else that we could do at this point.
And there's
Like we're
there's
kind of
multiple
committed.
there's multiple positive ramifications from this working well, not just saving Horadines, you know.
But there are
Um,
also multiple negatives. So
yeah, well,
High risk, high reward. D&D.
Klobar's
I
already
mean-
thinking, like, if troops come from Ubask and travel through the wood, they can flank the hobgoblin or the orc army as they travel up the road. Because they'll be
Yeah.
expecting an attack from the north. They won't be expecting an attack from the west.
from the rear or the west. Yeah, yeah.
And
All right, well, I
and
mean,
all of you
if
did
anything, it gets us out of this situation if it works.
and all of you did hear that basically that commander, that orc commander dude, was it seemed like they were banking on like the humans and the hobgoblins, to them working together is completely out of the realm of possibility to them. Right.
Which
Well-
means they really won't expect it if we get it to work.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Let's go. To
Okay.
Would Klobar know if there was any possibility of being able to convince the humans to allow the hobgoblins to annex this southern territory below south of Horden's Hamlet in exchange for their assistance in the war effort?
Hmm. Yin. Eh. It's that kind of. That is more. You would know that that's more like contested territory in there. In the stet, you would. Ordine's Hamlet. They all kind of like to stay out of that. But if there was an explicit treaty, I mean, anything's possible with a high persuasion roll with something like this, right? You
like-
get the sense that it would be difficult that they to have anybody claim that area. It would be a difficult role and a difficult ploy, but it is possible given the circumstances. They have not been at war for the past 10 years. They have stayed at basically like a like the US and Russia have mutually assured destruction. It's basically the sort of thing there where they are just like not talking to each other and they're doing their own things and they're trying to coexist in the same space.
So say the hobgoblins help us do this, and then Andorra helps them take that area down there, and then we've got all good stuff going.
Anything's possible with that.
Let's get
Um,
Ubask first.
Okay. So,
Klobar,
oh, okay.
oh, go ahead.
No, you go for it. I was just gonna move along. If you guys have anything more you want to talk about, please.
Klobar turns to the group and kind of out of earshot of the orc will say, when we arrive at Ubask, all of you must stay close to me. Do not tell anyone that I represented myself as the Steel Strider. You are I'm trying to think. What's a I don't want to say disciples, but I want to say like a group of warriors. Uh, we are the Honorbound. Um, you have proven yourself as warriors, and if you want the Hobgoblin people to respect you, you will have to represent yourselves as such. This will be a difficult mission, but I believe that it is our best hope.
good. Let's do it.
I'm gonna eat some more food a little faster now.
All right, Flint is stress eating. You've heard stories of the hobgoblins. And now, after trying to stay very clear of their territory for the past 4 or 5 years that you were adventuring, it seems like this group of people have brought you not once, but now heading on twice into their territory. Um, so you feel however you feel about that. Moving forward, you guys eventually make it down for the night. The as you guys start to erect your camp, it seems like your orc captive is trying to get somebody's attention. He's just like, "Arr! Arr! Arr!"
Are we all just sitting around the campfire right now, like as I'm cooking?
You guys are doing whatever you want to do at this point. So if you're cooked,
Klobar says, if one of you has, if one of you has message, it would probably be safer to speak that way than to ungag him.
He has to be able to whisper, though, doesn't he?
he has to move his mouth. He doesn't have to like whisper. Kind of.
Okay.
So he'd be able to reply. I'd roll it.
All right, I can do this, I suppose.
Yeah, don't sound so enthusiastic, Flint.
Flint does not want to talk to this orc. All right, like he doesn't even want to give him rations, and that's something.
Wow.
Oh, Flint doesn't want to feed this guy. Okay. What do you say?
Okay. What?
Yeah, just what do you want? I hope you're not begging for food. No rations for you, and like everyone just sees me like wave my spoon over the campfire, pointing at him.
And I mean that's basically exactly what he does. In your head, you hear, "I am hungry. I desire water. My mouth has been
Well,
gagged for several hours."
let me know how it feels to want.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Um, Klobar stands up. Would um would Flint have said that out loud to the group?
It's up to him.
Yeah, Flint would do that. He's
Klobar
hungry and thirsty.
stands up, pulls out his water skin, and ungags the guy and puts the water into his mouth.
He definitely drinks deeply from it, being thirsty from the rest of the day. And get the feeling that he is done drinking. And he takes the chance to say something quickly and says, "I know not what Kuruk has planned, but it will be glorious for Gorlock."
Klobar says, "Who is this Gorlock?"
You can make me a religion check, but he will tell you that.
Yeah, I was kind of banking on the fact that Klobar gave him water and that he'd be more willing to speak to Klobar.
Yeah. He says, "Gorlock was once a great warrior. He is now our patron, our ideal."
Would Klobar have any of the I don't remember what the saying was, but if Klobar said the thing that was in the ruins that was the like mantra of the chained one,
I know it.
yeah, if he said it out loud, would it mean anything? Like he would say it out loud and say, "Does that mean anything to you?"
Which
Gorl-
mantra are you speaking exactly?
Patrick
It's
knows it.
in knowledge there is madness. Our world is fleeting. I will see it burn again.
Um,
But Kakiro would say that Gorlock is different than the Chained One.
he is, yeah.
They are separate entities.
But at saying I will see it burn again, there is a reaction, like almost a sense of pride at that um phrase. That's what I'm looking for. He doesn't say anything though, but there is a sense of pride, very visible.
Clobar says, "Is it possible that you have been deceived?"
See, all that came to mind right now is that what is it, that guy's name from Guardians of the Galaxy? I am too fast, nothing goes over my head.
Drax.
Drax, there we go. Yeah. And he says, "No, my devout." He's not a very articulate orc. "My belief in Gorlock is unwavering. He is the true orc."
Clobar says, "Would it be possible for someone to y'all help me out here? I'm trying to get at like someone impersonating, like if the Chained One was impersonating Gorlock. Does anybody have a better way of saying that?"
I don't know much about the Chained One to begin with. That wasn't my field of study.
I mean, you could just. Uh, well, we haven't like straight up mentioned the chain one. And you've pretty much already asked them about being deceived or being treated like puppets.
Yeah, but I'm not questioning his devotion to Gorlock.
Yeah.
I'm questioning whether it's Gorlock or another force pretending to be Gorlock.
Ask him,
How do you
like,
know
if he's sure that
Gorlock?
it is Gorlock, or that if he's.
Ask him how he knows.
Yeah.
Describe
Clobar
what he did.
says, "I do not, uh, I do not deny your devotion to Gorlock. I respect, respect your devotion. I do ask you to ponder: could it be that some other force is attempting to use Gorlock's name to deceive you?"
Um, he takes a moment, furrows his brow, and then says, "No. The story of Gorlock. He was the greatest warrior amongst us, the best chief. He cut a swath through the Badlands. When he died, he ascended. He is the soul of our people."
That
Calvio
sounds
would
a
say it this.
lot like the Chained One. Are you sure that these are two separate entities, Patrick?
Calvio would say to this, you know, funny thing about books, they're not always true. And more often than not, they're written by people trying to manipulate others.
We have no.
Especially when it comes to stories about so called heroes who ascended after they died.
He
Clobar would
does.
say to Calvio, "You should be careful. You should not question a man's faith. You should only
Questioning
question.
his faith. I'm questioning his mind.
Soup is ready.
I'm just flipping my dagger at this point. I am hardcore poking the bear.
Clobar would make a bowl for himself and then instead walk it over and give it to the orc and feed him.
It just looks at you, jaw agape, just like, I can't believe you just did that.
Clobar would say to the orc, um, "Our peoples are not so different."
You guys both have pointy ears.
Clobar would ignore that comment.
Kakira. What was
I
the
don't
result?
remember how to respond.
/W space GM space. Then tell me.
I forgot the W.
That's okay.
I was trying to scroll back up to go find the stuff.
It's all good, man. It's all good. The orc, in response, says, "Why are you being kind to me? You claim our people have something in common. I do not see the connection."
Clobar says, "The strength of the warrior means something to both of our peoples."
Sorry, I'm replying to Patrick really fast.
Wow, Patrick.
So I'll just say it. You would know that though the Chained One has gone through different names in the past, it seems like whoever this Chained One entity is pulling strings. It's possible, but it seems like this Gorlock figure is a lot more present in the world than the Chained One is. Just around. Like, there's more text on Gorlock. There's more information on Gorlock. Right? This story of this ascension story kind of checks out from what this guy told you.
Isn't that also the Chained One's origin story?
Something similar. From what you guys heard, the Chained One could have been an individual, or it could have been a force that's always there. Different stories persist on who this Chained One is. You've heard a couple of conflicting reports. Flint, do you have anything to say? Anything else?
No, he's a little upset with Clobar right now.
Feeding him with this soup.
Would say, "That is enough talk for the night." And he would regag the guy and go back to the group and say, "We must find a way to secure him through the night."
And to a goddamn tree.
I could kill him.
Yeah, me too.
Not very good of you.
I mean, he didn't seem strong letting someone with a limp like yourself tackle him.
I don't like orcs. We've never been friends.
Clobar growls and says,
I assure you, my limp is not a disability.
Does Siga have anything to say? What is Siga doing at the moment?
Kind of been distancing himself. He's kind of been off to the side. He's his independent kind of loner druid streak is and his frustration are kind of pushing him away a little bit. So he's got some hard walls and he's just kind of thinking about everything, how this is going to play out. He's worried about the hoarding Hamlet folks and he's also thinking about all the dreams that he's been having too with the talks of the chained one.
Okay. Akira, are you doing anything? I'm just hanging out.
No. Yeah.
All right. Are you going to disseminate that information with that I told you about Gorlock?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
something that you can?
Yes.
Also,
Also,
Okay. There we go. So unless there's anything else,
Aaron, you cut out for a second there.
I was I was the also was to was messaging Patrick something I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. So, and if he wants to talk about that, that's totally up to him and what Kakira would do.
Okay.
But
I'm trying to remember exactly which part. Because I unfortunately did not write anything down.
Instead.
I wrote some stuff down, but I don't remember exactly what we had discussed.
Clover would volunteer to take first watch.
Are we not like tying him to a tree or anything to secure him?
you can.
Oh,
That'd be a
that
fifth
crap.
set of rope.
I mean, does it look like he's not going anywhere?
I mean, he can't move from the amount that you guys have tied him up. He would have to like roll and try and get away, and he's probably smart enough to realize that that probably means his death in the middle of these woods, going off by himself, tied up.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Kakira's gonna. I mean, I'm assuming Siga's like pretty far off
I mean, I'm still like within, you know,
the camp,
the
but
light of the camp, but
on
just
your
like
own.
maybe leaning on a tree or something like that. Watching and listening, but
Kakira's gonna come over, assuming you're not like.
away from me? Yeah, no.
Yeah. Kakira will come over and ask about your dreams. And if they've been getting worse, because I don't remember if Kakira's heard about it since the first time.
So, let's see. I'm just scrolling back real quick.
Yay, notes.
Yeah, notes. Okay, so there was like the first stream with the chains that I told you about, and there was the white eyes, and I had I think I had 4 of them in total. So far, I've tried to do different things every time in the dreams. I hear chain shaking the first time I was able to move towards them, and I've been able to yell at them, ask what they want. Um, and I've just gotten really vague answers um about just being watched, being looked out for, um, or not like looked out for, but just having an eye kept on me. Um, and then the very last one, there was a golden canary that came in and like flapped its wings and made the giant white eyes go away.
Kakira, make me a religion check. This would be a really hard DC.
Oh well, we all know what's gonna happen.
Hey, it's always worth a shot.
You guidance.
22.
Oh,
Hey,
Um,
not too bad.
Not
you
enough.
it's not enough to get all of the information, but you've read a golden canary being a symbol of sorts for something. You can't. It's not coming to mind right now, but it's a symbol of something of extreme good.
I'll tell that to Siga.
Rumble kind of distantly. I was wondering, comparatively, I got a really good feeling from the golden canary compared to the rest of my very dark surroundings.
It's very concerning that you are having these dreams. If this is indeed the chained one, he should not be able to do that. He should not have this much power.
So then, Siga, not knowing much about the chained one, would he would someone be like feeding that power or pulling him into a more like tactile sense instead of him being kind of like, you know, power
Energy
energy?
in the
Yeah.
world.
Mhm.
Aber.
So, what are you exactly trying to discern from this? Because I was a little confused by the statement.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out, or Siga's just asking how then, if he's not supposed to have this kind of power, then where is he getting it from? You know, is someone
Okay.
feeding into him, or
Make me a religion check.
me, or
Yep.
Kira?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, both of you guys can
Okay.
be pulling on your own individual knowledges, though, so it would be individual checks.
There it is.
Oh no!
10.
Okay,
Yeah, I got a 6.
you got a 6. You're not really sure.
Yeah.
From the stories, Kikira, that you were told growing up as a girl, the Chained Ones has had his bonds for millennia, possibly even before the Flash. So, something has changed.
I will relay that.
outwardly ponders, okay, so something has changed, but why me? What do I have to do with it? I don't want to be a part of it. Leave me alone.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
I just wish there was something I could do to help more right now.
Appreciates the thought, but it is what it is right now. Sounds like it's a little beyond our control, but we'll figure it out. He has a burning desire to get answers at this point.
All right. Well, Bobar's taking the first watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as you all settle into the night, Bobar, looking out into the darkness, we'll go ahead and end tonight's session there.
Yeet.
I forgot to say, Siga, this is the first night in the past 4 or 5 nights that you sleep soundly without dreams.
Does that mean long rest?
I mean,
I've gotten that the past few times.
yeah. I'm just saying
Thank
it
God.
now that there is no that won't be a thing, because I will probably forget, knowing myself, next session. Cool.
Remind you.
Yeah. So you guys are all heading to Ubask. I am glad. So there will be no session next week. Because Logan said, and anyways, since you guys are going to Ubask, I'm gonna need an extra week to prep for that. So
Bet you weren't expecting that.
not in the slightest. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh my god, okay, cool, here we go. Now I have a reason to flesh all this out. So, yeah. Nice job, everybody. That was a lot of fun.
What y'all think about Clobar this session? I feel like he made some moves.
He
You're
did some
probably gonna
things.
highlight in the story that I tell at the next bar.
Is Marsica doing okay? How's Marsica feeling after the events of the day?
She was looking forward to the fight, so she's grumpy.
She wanted to kill some orcs.
Oh yeah, she definitely did.
There's
Like Marsica's thing, right?
Yeah, that's Marsica's thing. Like, orcs are a favorite enemy. She was ready to take down some leaders and cut into that camp a little bit.
I was legit worried that we might lose someone in that battle.
I think we would have been okay.
I don't think our plan was to fight all of the orcs. I think our plan was to at least get in and cut off the head of the snake, so to speak.
The vast majority of the orcs left.
Yeah, they did. That's true.
So they would have been back.
Eventually. After we've done our damage.
Yeah, we could have been sneaky about it until that moment.
I'm just saying.
Maybe.
I think we could have.
Maybe this is informed.
I don't like Aaron's faces.
Sorry.
Maybe this is informed by my experience as a DM, but with the action economy being what it was, that would have been a very difficult fight if they had come back.
Yeah, I don't think any of us wanted to fight all of them.
No.
We were just trying to make a dent where it mattered.